Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Empowerment Network with Comfort Convo. Today is the very, very, very special day, and I just want to use this opportunity to thank you. And let's say the date. At least I should say this one: 16th of January, 2025 is the day I happened, and then I happened to be in the midst of a beautiful family, global family. So I just want to thank you all, guys, for all the messages, all the love since yesterday, since 2 days ago. I'm just being celebrated. I'm just like, God, I'm not sure if I deserve this. Thank you, Father. Thank you for the love of family and all of those things. I appreciate you all so much. And of course, as you can see, I've got my sister and my brother here to join me celebrate this day and of course discuss a beautiful topic. Are you staying informed and ready for what's coming up? So, Sister Ivy, welcome. If you can say hi to our people, please.
Yeah, hello and happy birthday. I am so privileged to be the one to be with her to say happy birthday. Nobody got that spot. I was like out of my mind. I'm so blessed and honored and happy birthday, Comfort.
Thank you, sis. I'm humbled. Welcome, Brother Keith.
Hey, welcome. Me too. Me too. Happy birthday.
Amen.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday to you. Happy
Amen.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Ah,
Yay.
oh my God.
Hip, hip, hooray.
There you go.
Hooray!
Thank you so much.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah, so guys, our topic today goes like, are you staying informed and ready for what is coming? Because something serious is on the way for you and myself. So, Brother Keith, me and my sister, we have the honor to have you launch this discussion and see where it takes us to.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, again, I'm happy to be here with you, Comfort. It's always a pleasure. It's always fantastic. And Ivy, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm a blessed man today with these two amazing ladies on passive. And of course, they have made their mark. And we all would love to hear them and see them when they show up. My name is Keith. And yes, I got so much to say, but I like to listen as well. So as much as I want to share some things, I'm here to listen. And there's a magic and there's a power in listening. And especially if you listen long enough. Now, the idea of listening, if you may see the title, um, as you can see the title about listening long enough, is a very important thing that we need to have and cultivate. Uh, Being on YouTube for the past few years, what I found out as I took note of my analytics, from time to time, get those analytics to what going on with your channel, who's watching, and what country is the most watched, and the watch time on all those things, give you an idea of what the audience is doing. But I found out that after a while, I find that a lot of people just don't listen long enough. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, we're in a microwave, fast-paced age. It's like, give it to me now, give it to me now. But I found that the ones who pay attention, listen long enough, tend to win. They listen long enough to hear what they need to hear, to know what they need to do. And so that is where I was steering this conversation, and how we all need to just listen, and sometimes even with pen and pencil to take notes, because we may forget what we hear. It is say if you hear an entire conversation, you may walk away with maybe only 30% of what you remember or recall. So if we can be more diligent, I would say deliberate and more diligent, we would get so much more out of a conversation. And this conversation today is a very important one for those of you who might be new coming on to this segment here. You just, I believe, hit the lottery. Maybe you don't know it yet, but we know it. And so the hope is that those who are here and the part of Impassive, we know the deal, we know what's going on. But if you're new, take some time and listen to what we're going to share today. Sister Comfort and Sister Ivy. And I'm pretty sure you're going to walk away transformed.
Amen. I think that was a powerful opening, wasn't it, Sister Ivy? I'm not sure. Really quick, when he was talking about listening and listening long enough, I'm just trying to get a bit spiritual because if you believe in God, I don't know whatever you believe in, but I read the Bible, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ. We're not preaching here. But then you need to listen. Listening is part of your spiritual growth and life and all of those things. The moment you open your Bible in the morning or whatever time you do your devotion, 1, 2, 3 minutes, you are gone. It doesn't work like that. You need a bit more time because you start and then you prepare your spirit and then you get ready to listen. So listening is it means, I think it means a lot. Given that our CEO comes all the time, when he says a lot of stuff, he's excited and you are not. I think it's because of this listening thing. And when you are not listening, what happens? You are not informed. And so you don't seem to be ready for what's coming up for us. Sis, it's over to you now, please.
Yeah. I really like this topic because listening, to stay informed is to listen. And to listen is not to listen to what you want to hear. At times we'll be listening to somebody and what we want to hear, even when he's saying B, then we are turning it, oh, this is what he meant. No, listening is listening with understanding, listening with wisdom. This person says we are going to build a house and we are going to start next week and we should collect all the items and start. If you want to listen, you would fall into sync. But if you are not listening, you'll be saying, oh, well, he wants me to help him and he thinks I'm a slave. So he's looking for somebody to help him carry the sand. He's not talking about sand. So what our CEO has been telling us is has not changed. Are you listening to him or are you listening to yourself? Or are you listening to your situation? Your situation can put a lot of pressure on you. I'm telling you, we are women. We are women. And I believe the men are so, because there are times I'll be saying something to my husband and he's listening in an upside down manner. Are you getting me? Me too. It's vice versa. So at this time, especially at the beginning of this year, there's no joke. There's no joke for any of us. We have to all step in place and listen in line. We are too busy at this time. We are too busy. So that hearsay is not part of this year. That we should be, you should know how to listen by now. By now, when we come on here and say, prepare for tomorrow, prepare a trade, prepare a talent, do exactly that. Look for your creativity. Don't be looking for what you want to hear. Oh, well, I thought they were going to let me log into my account. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you. Log into yourself. Log into you. Thank you.
I think, Brother Keith, you laid a powerful foundation here because Sister Ivy just kind of connected something you said, because you said like the power in listening, and you listen deliberately. You know, when you are listening deliberately, you want to make sense. What message is the CEO sending out today? You are not listening like, this is what I want to hear, and if he has not said it, then he did not communicate. It doesn't work like that. I think that's why some people are stuck in the rut of complaining and then going around and getting over there and getting wrong stuff and feeding themselves with. But if you listen attentively, deliberately, with intentionally, then you will make the meaning out of it, the wisdom and all of those things. This is just powerful. So, Brother Keith, I'll just let you go. Let's just make a free discussion so that people speak their heart. And guys, we just want to call on you all to join us in this conversation. Let us know what you think about this topic. Are you staying informed and ready for what's coming? And we're emphasizing on intentional listening. Brother Keith, please.
Yes, again, I tell you, when I hear Ivy speak, I just get excited because she does know how to pivot, you know. And I thought about some moments during the last 3 years. I would say 4 years being in on passive, and there were some key moments. There were some defining moments when I spoke, And if you can recall, if you may remember, or maybe you don't remember, he said something like, I'm going to let the government into Unpassive and check us out before we get to a certain point. Then come in anytime and check us out. Those are important keys to note about a company that's trying to impact the world. When he said, listen, folks, we have nothing to hide. How many companies you know in 3, 6 months, 9 months, a year, gone? The reason why, because they were covering up so many things. So many things finally came out in the company that's going to last anymore because it was not transparent. And a big part of why Impassive is still around is because of what they've been doing. Now, Ash sometimes don't speak in the way that we think he should speak. He may sound coded sometimes. And the reason why he does sound that way is because he's saying to you, if you're listening, we're doing something massive. We have opened the door. However, we realize that we can't be opening the door like that every single time, every single day. Things have changed. So now when we speak, listen. Sometimes it may require to go and listen to the tape again, and they're trying to listen to Ash once or twice or 3 times to get the full meat of what he's saying. And so we see here now that even though not speaking, are we listening? He's not speaking, but there's still a voice, even in the quietness of what's happening here. And so what he's saying, guys, when I come out, it's not about we have another this and we're thinking about this. He's saying, be ready. So if he said, listen, be ready. He's telling you guys, be ready. If you listen to that, what you'll be doing now is preparing yourself. Now, think about money. What comes with money? Legal issues, lawyers, accountant, maybe business ideas. Maybe think about LLC. Think about maybe how you're going to do your savings. Maybe think about some things you want to maybe purchase. You start to plan. Maybe make a vision board. Are you listening? Are you actively listening? And so this is why what I hear when I hear Ash speaks is saying, guys, I know we've had some jams. We've had some logging and some bottlenecking going on here. We had some enemies and we had some fights. However, I've not quit. Have you heard him say, I'm not quitting? Because some folks, they hear, but they don't really hear it. He's saying, it's do or die. He said it in his mouth, do or die. To the powerful things. Ivy, please take it here because I'll keep on going.
Oh my God. This is a very sweet conversation. I like it because we talked about when you pray in any religion, when you pray just talking, or you pray either with your mouth talking or your mind talking, whichever, or you pray in silence, whichever is your religion. Now, whatever you are praying to has to answer you back. Are you getting me? So if you keep on talking, in whatever religion, I studied world religions to the very end. I've been in every kind of religion you can imagine. Do you understand me? All is a feedback. All requires feedback. Let's leave word answer to prayer. All requires feedback. If I'm talking to Comfort and I'm talking to you, it requires feedback. And as I'm talking, I require feedback from Ginger, from James, from Mahmoud, from Cynthia Daring, from everybody on this. We require feedback. Feedback means you listened. And the most important thing I want to say now, I also need that feedback. Do you see? Diane is saying, happy birthday, Comfort, is a feedback. Now, in the art of listening, Ash is also listening to us. We are doing, listen to Ash. No, we've passed that stage. He's also listening to us. He wants to hear, to make sure that all he's been saying, we've heard. Number one, he's waiting for feedback to know that all he's saying, we've worked on it. Are you getting me? At times, God will say, pray 3 times a day, you've been lazy. Now, go read your Bible or go help the poor. Our Ash also needs feedback. What feedback are we giving to him? He's also listening. Now, at times when you get into the presence of somebody, especially with me, I'll be listening, I'll be watching, I'll be looking at face, I'll be looking at all kinds of things. I'll be listening for body language, for anything that I can get. Let's say I've gone to negotiate on behalf of my company. I'm listening with all my senses without speaking. And do you know what? Ash has to have information from us. We have to listen in a way where we speak back. We have to talk back to him. We have to speak back to him. That is part of listening.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can say just a lot, because talking about Ash listening to us, I mean, he listens even us to asking, what would you like me add into the ecosystem? People from within this family have made suggestions, and Ash has taken them seriously and put them into practice. That's listening.
That's listening.
You know, so there's so much about this listening thing, you know, because when you listen, then you that's when you listen, you respond. That's when we have feedback, Sister Ivy. When you listen, you make informed decisions. If you don't listen, you go to court, they say, this is your death warrant. The only thing you have to do also is sign it. And then you sign because you did not listen or you did not read. Then you're gone, right? I'm not sure if I'm taking it too far, but then listening is all of these things. So much is in store for us. Whatever Mr. Mufara promised us in 2018, when this whole movement started, nothing has changed. He has gone through thick and thin. He is still going through so much that we will never know. You know, there have been twists and all of those things. People have beaten him really hard, and he has bled. We've watched him bleed with a smile on his face. But what is he doing? He still says, I am still here, and I am still working on it because I have to deliver it. Because this mission is not mine. I am only an instrument, and I'm here to deliver what God has assigned me to do, right? When you don't listen, you go out there, like in my language, Keith, I'm going to put you in trouble. Now, back home in Pidgin, we say, Master, that thing don't fail. And I don't go, you know. So my sister is from Ghana, she might understand a bit. So listen, I'm done. I'm just done with that thing. I'm not sure it's working again because you are not listening. Why did he come out on the 24th, for crying out loud? What did he say? What was that message, that short thing he posted in the OES on the 31st? Listening has to do with all the senses. Sometimes you listen by touching, sometimes you listen by seeing, reading the message in the OES. That's still listening. Go and read with your eyes. Where does it go to? Into your mind, into your memory.
Yeah.
When you listen, where does it go to? So when we don't do all of these things, you know, then we get stuck because we fall short of information, of the right information. Then you begin to wonder, oh my God, I've just given up. You are giving up on what? When you're supposed to be buckling up, preparing your boots and shoes. The other day, I watched what our sister Ivy is doing in Rwanda. She does a lot. She's been in Nigeria, just uplifting humanity, doing things to people and stuff like that. Those are things we're supposed to be doing, you know. If you can't do it, tell Sister Ivy that I live in your neighborhood and I have some few stuff if in case you are going to Rwanda or Nigeria again. Some people send some few coins, whatever your heart moves you to do. Do it while you wait, because we need to practice. We've got fields are wide, harvests are waiting, and we need to make the harvesters. So if you don't listen, you miss it, then you miss out on the assignment, except that you were not called. I know that many are called, few are chosen. Brother Keith, I don't want to steal this from you. I just let you go. Take your
Hey, I love to hear you both. Listen, you both are doing a fantastic job. You know, but to add to the conversation, even more, I hear a lot, Marty and Chris, when they talk about folks who are reaching into them and saying, us, we saw something here and we saw something there and line, is that true or not? When it was said several times, if it's not in the back office, treat it like a grain of salt. See, that's listening. So we're going to find that with a company like OnPassive, there are going to be many attacks. There are going to be many different swords and devices coming our way to distract people. I remember I did a video some time ago, and two ladies took my video. It was about 12 minutes long, and make an entire hour and a half out of it, chew me apart, saying, "How could I be a part of this thing? It's not real. How just what's going on? He's such a good young man. He's lost his way." I laughed for the entire thing. It's gone now. I'm like, where's that video? Where's that masterpiece they created? It's gone. They took it away. But the point is that these are folks who are out there trying to derail people. And so if you listen to certain things, you got to make a note of it. If it's not in the OES, my goodness, I cannot put emphasis on that thing. If Ash didn't say it, it's not that serious. And so, again, it comes down to, like I was saying, people, they hear what they want to hear. It's like you have to almost retrain your brain. And oftentimes you say A and say, how did you hear B? We never said B, we said A, but folks tend to want to hear. Sometimes they hear to anxiety, they hear to fear, they hear to doubt, they're hearing through all kinds of different things, not realizing that, when you have love that is such a prevalent part of this company, from the heartbeat, when someone can say, I'm take my own resources to the tune of, I believe, millions, and sacrifice their family time with young kids and sacrifice so much for strangers. What more do we really want? I think about even the time that it's taken, and I start to listen. What I need to listen to in all of this? So I'm hearing what? Bigness. I'm hearing global. I'm hearing massive. I'm hearing comprehensive. I'm hearing Africa saying thank you. I'm hearing Jamaica saying thank you. I'm hearing Asia saying thank you. And so it's just that way we have to kind of rethink and understand that we are about to have a paradigm shift. And to have paradigm shifts is not very often we see an eclipse. Not very often we see this kind of monogamous, gigantic moves and transition. And that's where we are right now. We're about to enter an impassive age. I keep seeing an impassive age. Very soon, don't be surprised if when folks start saying, you want to know, go unpassive it. Go on. They will say Google, right? They go say unpassive it. Go unpassive it and you'll get the answer. But yes, I do like what Ivy's saying, and you comfort as far as understanding the importance of listening and listening long enough. And this right here is, I would say, geared towards those who are new. This might be the first time hearing about OnPassive on a stage like this. You might be new and wonder what's going on. But here's the key. You're willing to listen long enough. All right? Now, we know that there are companies that solicit me to get started with us. You need 3 weeks of training. You need 4 weeks of going to master classes or 8 hours of this, and nothing's wrong with that. But how about maybe an hour, half an hour to listen to something? Oh my God, that can change your life. It's not even that serious like that. So we're in a good place, and we're sharing a good thing, and it's something that I think that's very super friendly to people. Very, very. I would say it's not abrasive. It's not harsh. It's saying you have a chance. It's saying you can win as well. It's saying we're in it to win it together. We're family here, and it's just good to be a part of something like this. And that's why you want to listen a little more, and so you can know what to do to be a part of this global movement here called OnPassive.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, sure. She's go. I just wanted to quickly read the comment from Minu here. She's so excited for all of us that he almost is watching, or she's watching our faces and hardly listening. Yes,
Funny.
listen, listen.
She's
You need to listen.
so funny. She's listening. Just listening the right way. Listening and watching our faces, and that's the right way
Yeah,
to listen. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because it goes with what we say goes with our body language. Like Marty would say,
Yeah.
you want to match our words and our body language. Is
Mhm.
everything adding up so that I can believe them? So thank you.
Yeah.
So I know we can go on and on and on. Sis, I'll give you time to deliver whatever you have, and at the end of your delivery, if you have a word of encouragement, whatever it is, either to us who are already in or those who are waiting outside, it's yours.
Okay. Let me be quick with this. Our world is obsessed with superheroes. We used to like Star Wars. We want to watch Spider-Man. We want to watch the Avengers because they had a superhuman power. They had something that is bigger than them. And if you watch, kids used to like to watch that. And they were obsessed. Kids are obsessed with that because that is the nature God made us to do above and beyond. Now, when the kids are growing, then we stop saying, oh, don't do this, don't do this. We don't have enough money for you to do this. Then we limit them. Yesterday, I heard Comfort saying, then we want them to choose a profession that will bring money and not creativity. Now, the children of this generation, when I say children from age 2 up to age 20, they are not buying our lie that because they've seen sportsmen fail, they've seen rich men fail, they've seen movie stars fail, so they know that there's something above and beyond those professions. So it's not only money, it belongs to creativity, it belongs to being who you are. Now we are going to be in an era where this company would provide enough for us so that we do not have to, when the financial situation is taken care of, then what happens? Then we have creativity. Now, mind you, there are some billionaires who also kill themselves. So at the end of the day, it's not fame, it's not popularity, it's none of those things. At this time, the age of the celebrity is over because now everybody is a celebrity. You can go on a YouTube and be a celebrity. So now, the year of the creativity, the life of creativity of who God made you to be is coming out. That is why Ash is very important, because that is what he has been saying. Who are you? What do you want to be? Now, you watch the people in Brunei and other countries, they just create because the financial situation has been taken care of. So we want you to listen. Are you preparing? Are you preparing, you and your family? Now, the family is going to be, the world is going to be community-based because we have a man who is working with the heart. The heart means love. Are you getting me? When we talk of love, we're not talking of these small feelings that we're doing. Love is where you are acting from. Are you acting from a place where you want all humanity to be served? Are you acting from a place where you want your brother to be good or bad? So today, as we are talking about listening, we want you to fall into step with what our CEO has been saying. We want you to listen to his heart. His heart is be you. Who are you? This year, you ask yourself, what can I be? What can I do? Leave the pocketbook. The pocketbook is already taken care of. What are you? Who do you want to be? What thing do you want to say to somebody? How do you want to be nice to somebody? How do you want to be nice to yourself? How do you want to relax? Yourself, because if yourself is taken care of, the community will be taken care of. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's powerful.
And indeed, that was powerful indeed, brother Keith. So it's yours now. Just go on, bro.
Man. I got to say kudos to the audience out there. They're very active and very engaged. I love it.
We love them.
Yeah, you guys really make this thing, really a nice bouncy kind of thing going on here. Wonderful. But yes, Ivy, it's a very important thing you said a while ago. And as you were speaking, what came to my mind was that you think about a movement, and you think about what it really is trying to accomplish. I always talk about Unpassiv's methodology and ideology. It's a major part of what we are really emphasizing here. And sometimes folks may wonder what's Unpassive and what it's about and what it's, I don't get it. I mean, I would ask, what do you think it is, and I would get different kind of answers. But I would say to these folks, do you recall in history of people who did exploits? All right, you have folks like Mandela. All right, after what he did, spent 27 years in jail and came out and look what he became to South Africa. Gandhi. All right, we know that those named Gandhi, what he did for India, with the British colonialism and how we helped to break that. You think of someone like Nani, Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman. I mean, the list goes on. And these folks were very dedicated to their mandate, to what they felt in their heart needs to be done, their task, if you will. And they were fearless, and they knew that they had to do this or die doing it. They really went out and said, listen to me, this is something I must do. And we may not see this very often, but in case you're new watching this, there's a man who feels he has this mandate to change the atmosphere online. Some did it in a social arena. Some did it in a very, rural area. Some did it in a very maybe impoverished area. Now we're in a world of what? Computer tech and technology. But on this world, you have people are evil and greed, and they out to suck every life out of us, right? To have the poor and the rich. They don't want to have the middle class. And so when you have this kind of a system where you have 98% of people fail online trying, something is wrong with that. We're not asking for a handout. That's not Unpassive mentality. We're not asking for free food here. We're saying what we want to do. We want to give people at least a fair chance, all right? Even to play for a little bit here. You got some saying, pull up yourself by the bootstrap, but they ain't got no boots to pull up. But they give some boots. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So we now are saying, folks, you have a chance. I'll say it before I go, because I'm getting excited now. All right? Some companies would say to you, I tell you what, to make it happen, let's get one person, recruit one person. Let's recruit one person. Do you know how hard it is to depend on somebody else to do the work for you? And then the other person, some say, you know what, just get one and the other line will go up to 1,000. Just get one on the left side. On the right side, it'll go all the way naturally for you. But the left side, let's get people on the left side. It doesn't work. Actually saying, if you're listening, he's saying, folks, you could be a single mom with 3 kids going to school. You could be a truck driver dying for the day when you can be home with your family instead of being on the road a month at a time. You could say into a career person after 30, 40 years and figure, I want to retire, but I can't retire because I got some stuff I want to do for my grandkids. The list goes on. The folks who are in Nigeria and Jamaica selling every day in the hot sun could use a month vacation somewhere nice. How about that? How about a person of fighting? How about a place where they have a community center with computers and they can now learn about computers and these kind of resources? This is what Unpassive is trying to bring about. It's a change and a break from the old draconian chain locked online world where only the few tend to be able to break through and do okay. How about making a whole lot more people happier and more smiles, more water, more hope? That is what it's all about. So again, if you have been listening to what we're saying Unpassive is number one, saying we love humanity. Love is one of the most powerful forces in this world. So it's a foundation that's built on love, which is the strongest foundation. It's built on love, and it's built on putting people first, and it's built on saying, I'm putting people before material things. How can you can't go wrong with that. So we see what we get, the pushback that we get. We are in a very important season, and I'm telling you folks, while we're listening, be very actively engaged in what you expect, what you know is going to happen. Start stretching your faith out, believing for bigger and better. Because sometimes when God want to bless you, you have to prepare those things so you can pour it in. You can't be there just worrying and speaking doubt on what's going to happen. It's taking too long. How come this ain't happening? What's going on? I mean, how come these people so excited all the time? You can't win that way. We are going to win. It's a matter of time. It's working out fine. It's coming from the divine. We are going to be on the winning side. Folks, I'm telling you, this is I feel so blessed to be here and have you guys. I wouldn't know Ivy, your sister Comfort. I wouldn't know you guys if not for Impassive. And some of these great folks who chime in here, I wouldn't have no clue what you guys were. So we are a family. We are stronger in numbers and in faith and in love. And folks, I'm telling you, just keep on listening and take notes, because we're about to see something that's going to be revolutionary. I yield.
Wow. I mean, it's just it's powerful. We can stay the whole night here, we'll never be done. But I just want to say one or two more things, because one of the things about listening is people who are glued to this whole thing, and Mr. Mufara is held from the back by the shirt, or by some of us, like, because you're just hands on the plow. Why? Because you listened. The very first moment when I joined Unpassive, I was like, let me have a look. But then when I listened, I heard that it was a mission. Because if you listened and got it the very first time, you will know that you are a co-missionary with Mr. Mufara, because his mission is to do what? Change lives around the world. Can he go to my country, to Africa, and go around doing that? No. Even if he goes to Africa, will he go to Ghana, Cameroon, and so on? No. Even if he goes to Cameroon, will he go to all of the regions and so on? No. So we are co-missionaries. If you listened from the very beginning and got this, then nothing can distract you. Mm-hmm. All we do is put our eyes on the big picture, the goal, which is that thing that is waiting for us at the end of the tunnel. And it's coming. It's coming, like Chris would say, right? So if you listened and you are observant enough, because we have learned this evening and maybe other times that listening has to do with all of the senses. What do? We listen and we observe, and we have already known, me and I believe two of you, we can testify that in this family, there is family, there is team, there is support, there is trust, because there's mutual trust. To be fair, I don't have family anymore. If I need somebody, like I just want to talk to somebody, I can call Keith, I can call Sister Ivy and say, this, I need this. That's how it's working. Because we have something in common, that thing that will keep us together till death do us part. It came with listening. So we just have to keep on listening. We have a community, if you listened, because that's how we operate. So earlier on, I think it was this Sister Ivy was saying that some people, they make it, but then they're still depressed. The most depressed people are even rich people and celebrities. Why? Because they don't have these things that we have. They don't have community. They don't have love. They don't have family, because they're up there and isolated. There's no such thing here, So we can go on and on and on. And if you are listening, you have listened to here, then congratulations. Share it with someone. Yes. Tell someone. And if you have listened to here and you are not part of this, watch this platform every blessed day, and many others that are similar, talking this similar thing, because it is coming. That thing, whatever you are looking for online on internet, is sitting in Mr. Mufara's ecosystem. It's only a matter of when, and we will be there. Thank you, brother and sister.
Yes.
Thank you, dear family, for joining us. We just appreciate all of you, and we hope to see you again really soon. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, everybody. We love you. Thank you.
Love everyone. Thank you.
Bye.